Hello everyone, welcome back to Learning English with Fasil, your ultimate destination for enhancing your English skills. If you're new to our community, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on a valuable lesson. Today, we are diving into a crucial topic for all English learners, sentence structure. We'll break down simple, compound, and complex sentences in a way that's easy to understand. And by the end of this video, you'll be equipped to identify and use each type effectively in your writing and speaking. So let's jump in and elevate your English together. First, we have sentence structure. In every sentence in the English language is constructed around a specific structure. Essentially, a sentence is a group of words that collectively convey a complete thought. To be considered a complete thought, it must include both subject and predicate. And understanding the various components of sentence structure is crucial as it enhances your ability to write clearly and communicate your ideas with greater effectiveness. In this discussion, we will dive into three fundamental types of sentence structure. First one, we have simple sentence. These are the foundational building blocks of English. A simple sentence consists of a single independent clause containing a subject and a verb and expressing complete thought. For example, the dog barks. Simple sentences are straightforward and are essential for clear communication. Then we have compound sentence. This sentence allows us to combine multiple independent clauses using coordinating conjunctions such as and, but, or. Compound sentence enable writers to connect related ideas, enriching the writing. An example of a compound sentence is the sun is shining and the birds are singing. This structure helps convey more complex idea without losing clarity. And finally, we have complex sentence. Complex sentence. This sentence adapts to your writing by combining an independent clause with one or more independent clauses. Dependent clauses provide additional information but cannot stand alone as complex sentence. For instance, in the complex sentence, "Also it was raining, we decided to go for a walk," the dependent clause "also it was raining" gives context to the independent action. This structure allows for enhanced expression of ideas and relationship between them. And by mastering these three types of sentence, you can enhance your writing skill, making your communication more effective and engaging. So now let's dive deep into each of these simple sentences and look them into more detail. A simple sentence is defined as a sentence and comprises a single independent clause, meaning it has both subject and a predicate like mentioned before. And this structure allows it to express a complete thought or idea without needing additional clauses. For example, in the sentence, "I like coffee," I is a subject and like is a verb, forming a clear and concise statement. Understanding the nature of a simple sentence is essential for mastering basic grammar and serves as a foundation of construction more complex sentences in writing and speech. So let's hear some key examples for simple sentence so we can understand what we were talking about. Well, I like coffee. Like I mentioned before, this is a straightforward sentence, expresses a personal preference and could serve as a response in a conversation about food and drink choices. She runs every morning. This example not only tells us about a daily activity, but could also lead to discussion about health, fitness, and routines, or the benefits of exercise. The sun is shining. Another example can be the sun is shining brightly. This descriptive sentence paints an image of a sunny day which can evoke emotion or set a scene in creative writing or storytelling. So, now let's go and see some key characteristics of a simple sentence, which one of them is having one independent clause. A simple sentence, like we said before, is composed of one independent clause which includes subject and verb that can stand alone as a complete idea. Recognizing this structure helps in identifying the difference between simple, compound, and complex sentences, which is crucial for developing strong writing skills. Another characteristic is that can include modifiers. Simple sentences may incorporate modifiers to enrich the meaning. For instance, I like coffee with milk and sugar. This adds detail to the basic preference of liking coffee, offer insight into personal tastes. And understanding how modify works also allows writers to add depth and specificity to their ideas without losing clarity of a simple sentence. And finally, we have the varied length. While simple sentences can be concise, such as he runs, they can also be elaborate without being complex sentences. For instance, the little girl with a red hat and a big smile waved at me as I passed by. This involves more descriptive elements while still being a simple sentence, and this understanding is useful in both creative and professional writing, as it allows the writer to choose sentence lengths that best fit the tone and purpose of the communication. In summary, simple sentences are fundamental aspect of language structure, facilitating clear and direct communication, and recognizing the components and characteristics enhance one's writing and speaking abilities, enabling more nuanced expression while maintaining clarity. As a building block of language, mastering simple sentences is crucial for anyone looking to improve their writing skill and engage more effectively in conversation. And to put your knowledge of a simple sentence to practice, I encourage you to write 3 simple sentences in the comment below. Remember, a simple sentence should have a subject and a verb and convey a complete thought. It can be about anything, your favorite activity, what you did today, or even something you enjoy today. Now, let's move on to the compound sentence. A compound sentence is a useful grammatical structure that combines 2 or more independent clauses. A complete thought that could stand alone as a sentence. That's the definition of independent clauses. Into a single, more intricate statement. By joining these clauses, you can convey more complex ideas and relationships between them. There are several effective methods for constructing compound sentences, including the use of coordinated conjunction, semicolon, and using coordinated conjunction. So, one of the most methods for creating compound sentences involves the use of coordinating conjunction. A helpful mnemonic to remember this conjunction is fan boys, which stands for, and, no, but, or, yet, and so. Each conjunction has its own role in connecting thoughts, helping to clarify the relationship between them. An example of a compound sentence can be using the conjunction I wanted to go to the park, but it started raining. In this example, the conjunction but introduces a contrast between the speaker's intention to attend time outdoor and the unforeseen obstacle of rain. This contrast enriches the narrative by illustrating a charge in plans. And as we're using semicolon, for example, the weather is nice, we should go outside. In this sentence, the semicolon serves to connect 2 independent clauses that are closely related in context. The use of a semicolon emphasizes the connection between enjoy pleasant weather and the suggestion to engage in outdoor activity without relying on a conjunction. And finally, using a transitional word, for example, I studied hard, therefore I passed the exam. The transitional phrase, therefore, clearly signals a cause and effect relationship, indicating that the speaker's diligent preparation directly resulted in their success on the exam. Transitional words like however, furthermore, or in addition can serve similar purpose, adding richness to your writing. But in constructing compound sentence, being mindful of a common pitfall is crucial, particularly the issue of run-on sentences. A run-on sentence occurs when 2 or more independent clauses are improperly connected without sufficient punctuation or conjunction, making it difficult for readers to understand the intended meaning. For example, in sentence, I like tea, I drink it every morning represents a run-on sentence. This can be corrected by revising it to I like tea, I drink every morning, which uses a semicolon to properly separate the 2 clauses, or I like coffee, I like tea, and I drink it every morning, which incorporates a coordinate conjunction to join the thoughts smoothly. And to improve your writing skill, it's beneficial to practice integrated related ideas into compound sentences frequently. So this practice not only helps strengthen your overall arguments, but also fosters a more cohesive and engaging flow of thoughts, making your communication clearer and more effective for the reader. In doing so, you enrich your writing style and enhance your ability to convey complex ideas with ease. And finally, we have complex sentence. A complex sentence is a sophisticated sentence structure that consists of one independent clause and at least one dependent and or subordinate clause. And understanding the nuance of each component enhances the clarity and richness in your writing. That's why I'm going to give you the definition of each dependent clause and independent clause. Now, first we have independent clause. This is a group of words that expresses a complete thought and can stand alone as a complete sentence. For example, he enjoys reading. He possesses a subject I and the verb enjoy and makes it on its own, to make sense on its own. In contrast, a dependent clause cannot stand alone. It does not express a complete thought. It functions as a part of a larger sentence and is initiated by a subordinate conjunction, which are words that connect the dependent clause to the independent clause. Example of subordinate conjunction include because, although, when, while, since, and if. For instance, because it was raining is a dependent clause that lacks of a complete thought. An example of complex sentence can be, I stayed home because it was raining. Here, home is an independent clause expressing a complete thought, while because it was raining is the dependent clause that provides the reason for the action. Another example can be, although she was tired, she finished her homework. The clause, although she was tired, sets up a contrast indicating that despite her fatigue, she completed her homework. The independent clause is she finished her homework. And a final example can be, when I arrived, the meeting had already started. When I arrived is a dependent clause that indicates the time of the independent clause. The meeting had already started, providing context to the situation. Complex structure sentence can be organized in two principal ways. One is a dependent clause plus independent clause. An example can be, because I was hungry, I made a sandwich. In this structure, the sentence begins with a dependent clause. The reader is first introduced to the reason for the action, which adds emphasis to the cause before presenting the main action of making a sandwich. Another way to construct a complex sentence is writing is dependent clause plus dependent clause, independent clause plus dependent clause. An example with the same example is, I made a sandwich because I was hungry. Here, the independent clause comes first, presenting a straightforward action, followed by the dependent clause, which explains the motivation behind the action. But why do we use complex sentence? Employing complex sentence is crucial for several reasons. One of them is to depth ideas. Complex sentences allow writers to incorporate more detail, explanation, and nuance. These steps enrich the narrative or argument, promoting clear understanding and engagement for the reader. For example, instead of simply stating, she studied, using complex sentence can prove inside, she studied late into the night because she wanted to excel in the exam. Another reason to use complex sentence is because of relationship between tools. But weaving together independent and dependent clauses, writers can clarify how different ideas or actions relate to one another. This relationship could be casual, comparative, or conditional. For example, if it snows, tomorrow we will cancel the picnic. Illustrates a conditional relationship between the occurrence of snow and the decision regarding the picnic. To further illustrate how complex sentences differ from sentence types, let's examine a consistent subject across the three types of sentence. With a simple sentence can be she reads books. This construction contains one independent clause only, showcasing a single idea in a straightforward manner. With a complex sentence can be she reads books and she writes stories. And the sentence combines two independent clauses using the coordinating conjunction, and it presents two complete thoughts that are related but can't stand alone. And finally, using a complex sentence would be she reads books because she loves learning. This complex sentence includes one independent clause, she reads books, and one dependent clause, because she loves learning. The dependent clause explains the motivation behind the action in the independent clause. In sum, complex sentences are a fundamental aspect of effective writing, allowing for greater expression and clarity. By mastering the use of independent and dependent clauses, writers can effectively convey intricate idea and relationships, resulting in a more engaging and meaningful reading experience. And understanding and employing complex sentence structure can enhance one's writing style and improve overall skills. That wraps up our lessons on sentence structure: simple, compound, and complex. I hope you found it not only informative but also inspiring. If you enjoyed this lesson, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who are eager to improve their English skill. And remember to subscribe to Learn English with Fasil for more engaging lessons just like this one. Looking forward to see you in the next video. Let's keep learning together. See you. Bye.